Okay, Nintendo's back after the close game and loss against Slap last week. It's unfortunate, but it happens. You make the wrong calls, it's part of Pokemon. But it's today, not today, this week I plan to remedy this. I will be remedying this, and I will get another victory against Snowball. Leader of... I forgot. Give me a second. Dumbartonshire Dunsparces. What's that mouthful? Right. Quick word glance. You might have seen that all the videos have been renamed from Sharpcore Draft to Awesome Draft. Is in line with the renaming of a draft league due to the server it's hosting on being renamed due to the person that named the server no longer being on the server due to a lot of drama that the people that care about probably already do know about. I know about basically barely anything about it, and I'm not a news channel, so go ask other people what's about that, what's happening there. Anyway. This is Snowball's team. Roaring Moon immediately is... Roaring Moon, there are hardly any Pokemon more prolific than this thing. 139 attack, 119 speed, photosynthesis, Dragon Dark, and that's just a... Yeah, it's Roaring Moon. Skeletor just as prolific, though in a different sense. Instead of being unrelenting offense, this thing is known as a Never Die Bulky Sweeper. It has Unaware, one of the best defense abilities, considering that Setup Sweepers are basically useless against it. It has Slack Off, I believe, as a healing move. Yeah, it does. Torch Song erases its attack, special attack, every time it's used, so Skeletor can... Shut up. Skeletor can just forego any special attack investment and still threaten offensively. Slow King, mainstay on defensive teams as well. Generator is still great. It has a snow setting move for reasons that are not entirely obvious. I believe Chilly Reception is sort of a reference to the second Pokemon movie where there was a Slow King prominently shown in snow. I don't have any other explanation why Slow King has an exclusive move that's Ice type and sets up Hail. Barriere is an offensive flying type. It is usually not as great as others like Staraptor, maybe because of a lacking speed. I mean, 80 is not bad, but there are betters. Noivern, a really speedy Pokemon, 123. Other than that, it doesn't really have much else, but Infiltrator, Frisk are good. Hippowdon, not a really bulky defensive Pokemon, hard to kill. It has Slack Off 2. It sets up Sand, so it puts chip damage down. It can set up Stealth Rock. It can boost its defenses technically with Stockpile. I think that's fallen out of favor. Sylveon, okay, that a bit less so. Does have Wish support, and Pixelate Hyper Voice is quite damning, quite dangerous. It also has Stored Power, Calm Mind, and Yawn now. So there's some good support Sylveon could put down and not really lacking in damage. Luxray is... Luxray, I really want to like this thing, but Luxray just is so bad. Luxray is just bad. I am so sorry it is so bad because it's a generally cool Pokemon. Frostmoth, the Generation 7 version of Volcarona. A really good defense, special defense from Ice Scales. It can set up Aurora Veil, so we're behind Hail has insane bulk. And Snowball does have Slow King of Chilly Reception, so there's absolutely combo possible there, but I haven't seen her use it yet all that much. Salazzle. Fire Poison, pretty cool typing. It has Corrosion, which gets through Steel, which is important to me because I don't have Steel Poison type Pokemon. And we have Lurantis, one of the rare owners of Contrary, and thus one of the best Pokemon in the entire draft to deal with Garganical, since Garganical can't outstall it. Lurantis is just gonna get stronger. So yeah, this is overall, Snowball's team is really defensive and bulky. Like Powdon, Skeldurge, and Slowking are all good. She has default support from Lorantis, Sylvan passes Wish, Neuven can scout items of risk. You can also set up like these scenarios where then can chip me down with Roaring Moon or Braviary can come in and clean out. So I really don't want her to get a lot of defensive setup. And this is the team I decided to compile to combat this. It's off of Glade. 72 speed on an adamant nature after 1 agility. I outspeed a lot of things. Except Roaring Moon, Scarf Roaring Moon, Scarf Noivern, if that even is a thing, and Scarf Salazzle. I'm not gonna outspeed those. The point behind the 72 is at this point I will outspeed maximum speed Braviary, like Jolly Braviary by 1 point, and anything more does not matter because anything else outspeed with this speed stat I will have also outsped, or other way around. There's nothing, no outspeeding I will miss by not having full HP speed compared to this. This is the minimum I need. Aqua Cutter, Sacred Sword, or Night Slash. Aqua Cutter is the main stab, quote unquote. Terror type is water. Sacred Sword is the main stab until then. And Night Slash is actually for Slowking and Skeldurge. Glade is really good for Skeldurge because Underworld does not ignore sharpness. So the sharpness boost still goes through. I still get a one shot, which is why Lumberry is here, so Skeldurge can't burn me and stop me that way. We have low kicks. It's being low kicks. We have Garganical, which is being Garganical. It does have the Terror type Flying, which helps with Lorantis specifically. This is almost entirely because of Lorantis. Oh, and Hippowdon. Yes, Lorantis' Leaf Storm will become resisted, and she's gonna need to stay in a lot longer. If I turn into Flying, Lorantis is gonna lose the 1v1 against Garganical. And Hippo, unless it carries a non-ground type attack, also has to switch out, which are probably Pokemon she intends to use as answers to Garganical, which is why Flying is here, and it's actually also my main Flying type, my main Terror type target. We have Grimmsnarl, which is being Grimmsnarl. Has a Spirit Break, one-shots Roaring Moon, which is a thing. I've considered putting a Dark type move on it to hit Skeldurge and Slowking, but after calculating the damage, I've come to the conclusion that it's not worth it. I'm just gonna parting shot out, so. Alright, Rotom Heat, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Charge Beam, Overheat. Rotom is probably the weakest link of this team. I originally planned to use a Shadow Ball for Skeldurge, but that did surprisingly little damage. And Terra into Fairy is somewhat likely, because that's worked fantastic for Snowball against Bowman. Will not work as well against me, but still, it's something I need to consider. Rotom Heat's main purpose is handling Noivern and Braviary. Less so Noivern, more so Braviary, because well, Garganical already is gonna do a lot of stuff. Might have already Terra into Flying, at which point Braviary has a lot easier time putting damage down on it. If I burn Roaring Moon on the way, then fantastic, I will take it. But that is pretty much it. Overheat doesn't have an explicit purpose. It does kill Lorantis in one shot, which is fantastic. It might make the Terrestrialize for Garganical obsolete, and I can do it somewhere else. Burning Hippowdon would also be great. Putting in that one, that guy's leftovers recovery. it really is just there isn't anything else on my team or my squad on my drafted Pokemon that would have done better. Farigiraf is not all that great at dealing with Slowking or Skeledirge. It will lose the Star War, and DD gets messed up pretty badly by most of Snowball's teams. And Conda gets hardwalled by Powdon and actually loses to Skeledirge. I've calculated out. Like even with the Shed Skin or Rest Set, because Hex doesn't care if it's burnt or asleep, it's still gonna, you know, do a lot of damage. And special defense is not great. And Ursaring is a bit risky. It runs the same problem as Rotom Heat, that it has some really damning matchups where Rotom Heat just gonna have to leave. Ursaring too. But Ursaring does a lot of the things I can already handle pretty well, or handles a lot of things I can already handle well, so Rotom Heat is here because of a few specific matchups that it just can handle really well. If Rotom Heat ends up being a mistake, then alright, my bad. Finally, we have Haxorus, of course. I mean, Haxorus is Haxorus. Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Crunch, and Aqua Tail. Specifically for Hippowdon. Well, it also hits Skeledirge really well, which Crunch I can also use at 100% accurate compared to Aquatis 90%. It does give me a more reliable stab, like I have to speculate less, because I can just, instead of having to think, is he gonna switch in a water resist? Is she gonna switch in a water resist, like Slowking? Or is she gonna send in Skeledirge? I can just click Crunch and cover both these options. After one Dragon Dance, this speed allows me to outspeed, crucially, the Roaring Moon. Like max speed Roaring Moon is gonna get outsped after one Dragon Dance and one shot by Dragon Claw from any range. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah, like, I mean, Noivern I can't outspeed of Dragon Dance Haxorus, because Noivern is just insanely fast. So that I might need to get a second Dragon Dance off, at which point I will be able to outspeed. But even with maximum speed, after doing Dragon Dance, I'm still slower, so putting more speed into it was pointless. I went for Bulk instead, giving me a better chance to survive non-super effective hits. Yeah, some things to note that I have found out is that Roaring Moons, it has booster energy, which can boost attack or speed depending on what is higher. It is never going to increase speed. Even at maximum speed with, like, okay, this is naive here, but like, say Jolly Nature. High attack is still, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Maximum attack is still higher than maximum speed. Like with positive speed nature. Which is, unless Snowball actively cuts into her attack, like this, which I don't think she'll do, it's gonna be an attack increase. If she's smart, she's gonna go for the speed increase, at which point I'm kind of have to sack something and then go into low kicks for the first impression. But I don't believe Snowball has that much knowledge. There are only really 4 people in this entire draft that have Pokemon experience, which are Bowman, Blep, Slap, and me. I only play against Slap, lost, so that's behind. It's already done. Bowman and Blep might also be losses coming up. I'm not gonna count myself out yet. I haven't looked at their team at all in like a team building sense, so I can't make any calls on that yet. But this is for Snowball. Like, top topic is the Dumbarton Shire Dunsparces, led by Snowball. This is a team I've built. Mostly standard, some spreads and coverage moves are different, because I really can't afford a Roaring Moon is that big of a threat. So a Skeleturge. But yeah, that's it from me. We'll sign off and we'll see each other in the battle. Until then, stay hydrated.